Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We are just continuing our time on Battle Spot with, of course, the double drum team that I've been using, featuring both Belly Drum Azumarill and Belly Drum Snorlax with a bunch of other cool techs like the Gothitelle. So we've been on a pretty nice win streak so far. We'll see if we can continue it. Almost in the 1700s now. That'd be really cool if we could hit that, and we'll probably switch to a brand new team, probably in the middle of next week or so. We're gonna get this episode kicked off right away with Greg from Greece with a rating of 1733. I did finally upload the team analysis for the Rain team that I've been using on Road to Rank, so if you've not seen that, definitely go check it out. I'll link it in the description below. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. So Greg here has a team of Landorus, King, Charizard, Volcarona, the Kartana, and the Tapu Koko. So lots of fast, speedy Pokemon. Kartana is definitely kind of a concern. I don't have that great answers against it, as well as the Landorus. I'm thinking of leading something like Kangaskhan, Tapu Koko, just because the Koko threatens everything with the Z move other than Landorus, but I could hit Landorus with an Ice Punch or a HP Ice. So I'm thinking of those two. The Kartana is actually a really big issue for my team. I don't think I faced one yet, but that is going to give me a lot of problems if I don't play around it properly. So I do have to be very careful about that. Bringing a Mungus here doesn't seem to make much sense against a Kartana, a Koko, which sets up terrain, and then two fire types as well, so I'll probably keep that on the bench. I'm leaning towards Snorlax Gothitelle just because that gives me another win con. Like, Azumarill sure could Belly Drum, but if it were to Belly Drum, then Aqua Jet could really still sweep through my opponent's team, even if Sun were up. But setting up Azumarill seems really difficult here with a Charizard and a Kartana. So I think I'm going to go with Snorlax and Goth and see how it goes. Because if I do get the Belly Drum up, then I can still knock out the Kartana with a high horsepower. But this matchup honestly looks really bad for me, so we'll see. Kartana, a Pokemon that we've seen, like, not that frequently in VGC 18, but it's definitely had some really noticeable appearances as well. Like, it's not the most common Pokemon, but it's definitely up there in terms of usage, and it is really strong still. Especially because, of course, it gets the Tailwind option as well now. So I'm going to go King Koko. Yeah, just King Azumarill against, or King Snorlax against an opposing Kangaskhan doesn't seem that great. We're going to see King Volk from my opponent, so I think I'll take that. I gotta worry about Flame Body, though, from Volcarona, definitely. And a Lander switching at any point also could be pretty problematic. So I'm worried about my opponent's Kangaskhan just going for something like a Double Edge directly into Koko. So I could choose to fake out Kangaskhan. I'm not even sure a Gigavolt Havoc would knock out Volcarona. Both of these Pokemon are pretty big threats. Volcarona, especially if it's like Quiver Dance and Bug Buzz. Safest play probably would be to just fake out the Volcarona and Gigavolt Havoc here. I don't like this as much the more I think about it, because that gives a free switch into Kartana. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this play. Ideally, like, King switches out into Landorus, but it's switching. Is that Landorus? It's Charizard. Okay. So if Volcarona protects, that'll be a really good protect. If not, then I'll be able to snipe it down instantly. And I just realized my opponent brought both Kangaskhan and Charizard. What? Okay, so that makes it pretty interesting. Does Volcarona protect? It doesn't. So that's actually a really good turn for me if I don't get, like, burned from Flame Body. Maybe I shouldn't have Mega Evolved. And I actually do get burned. Okay. But at least I'll knock out Volcarona. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm really curious to see both Kangaskhan and Charizard in this matchup. I could have chosen not to Mega Evolve, but then I would have done less damage, and I was thinking, like, I wasn't sure if Fake Out from normal Kangaskhan and just one hit, plus a Gigavolt Havoc would knock out Volcarona. I'd really like to snipe it down, because if I get rid of Volk, that makes my, like, assuming he has Bug Buzz, that makes Gothitelle's life a little bit easier. So that should get the knockout, yeah. Okay, so Volcarona's gone, and instead, I also still have my Kartana, my Tapu Koko, which is a really big deal. Burn is obviously unfortunate, but I can't complain too much about that. So, with Charizard and Kangaskhan, like, maybe my opponent just didn't realize that he brought two Megas, or maybe one of these just isn't a Mega. But I'll take that. I mean, I think here I'm just going to Double Edge, and I think you kind of have to fake out Koko, so I'm going to switch Koko out into Gothitelle, and just launch a Double Edge into Charizard, yeah. Actually, maybe I should just low-kick Kangaskhan. because Kangaskhan is a bigger threat to me. Because Tapu Koko can just come back in and Thunderbolt Charizard eventually. But I would assume Charizard's the one Mega Evolving actually, yeah, so it should be the bigger threat. So I'm going to Double Edge Charizard and switch out into Goth. And if Charizard isn't Mega Evolved, then it's going to be regular Charizard, which doesn't really do too much. So yeah, I'm going to withdraw Koko. I could have protected here, actually. Now that I think about it, protecting was probably better. But by switching in Goth, I also trap in my opponent. So it is going to be Charizard Mega Evolving, yep. But in retrospect, I think it probably would have been better to just protect Tapu Koko. Because I'm probably going to eat up like a Heat Wave here. Fake out Heat Wave. We'll see what Kangaskhan does. Yeah, I really wish I weren't burned right now, but oh well. Fake out comes out. Yep, target's Goth. I'm going to be faster, so that's a pretty big deal actually, because another Double Edge should knock out Charizard next turn. Yeah, as it falls just under 50%. So let's see what Charizard goes for. It is going to be a Tailwind. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. It really comes down to what my opponent's last Pokemon is. I don't have Protect, obviously, on my Goth. But I should be able to take a Heat Wave. Charizard should be faster than Kang. Ideally, like, Heat Wave Double Edges, and Heat Wave puts me in berry range. I don't know, I don't think it will. But I don't even know if Double Edge will knock me out. But here, I'm definitely going to try to set up a Trick Room now. And I think I might actually not target down Charizard. Actually, I should still target it down, yeah. I'm going to Double Edge Charizard and Trick Room. You have to focus one of my two Pokemon down. So, yeah, Charizard's just going to Heat Wave. Okay, that's fine. Both should survive this. Yeah, I survive actually with literally 1 HP. It doesn't put me in berry range. Let's see if this Double Edge knocks me out. Ah, it does. That's unfortunate. That was really close. Like, Heat Wave almost put me in berry range. I could have maybe switched out into Snorlax, actually. But I will trade the knockout onto Charizard. So now it's my Snorlax and my Tapu Koko against my opponent's neutral Kangaskhan and whatever's in the back. So yeah, that burn was unfortunate because without the burn, I would have just sniped the Charizard earlier because I was faster. And I don't think I played that great though because I probably should have switched out into Snorlax this last turn and double edged the. But I was hoping like, and it is Cortana, which is the correct last Pokemon I think on my opponent's end. I might need a double protect right now. We'll see. Comes down to what item this Cortana has, to be honest. Protecting on Koko here is also very obvious, but if I'm my opponent, I would like double up into Koko twice. Yeah, I definitely made a couple of mistakes in this game, but let's see. The main issue is that they're 2 turns of Tailwind. Because if I'm my opponent, I'm Leaf Blading and double edging Koko. So protecting here is so obvious, but then you could just go for the double up again. I'm just considering like belly drumming here. Because if it's not Sash Cortana, then I'll knock out Cortana with the belly drum. Yeah, but I could hope that my opponent just tries to double up on Snorlax. I would double up Koko though. But let's see if my opponent calls this. And I'm going to belly drum. So yeah, my opponent might just win with regular Kangaskhan. The fake out was obviously good support. And my opponent actually calls it. Wow. That's a really impressive read. Maybe I should have just gone for the T-Bolt onto Koko. Or sorry, onto Cortana. Yeah, he actually doubles up into Lax. Oof. And that actually almost knocks me out with the crit. Okay. Well, now you gotta ask, like, do you double up into Koko? I would double up. So, if my opponent did double up, I could try to go for the double. High horsepower to put Cortana in Thunderbolt KO range. Actually, I wouldn't even... I should just return. That was a really impressive read. Because if I just Thunderbolt there... I don't get the double, yeah, so I probably lose this one. Well played by my opponent for sure. Very well played. I made a bunch of mistakes this game, I think. I should have protected with... Because I really thought that the Heat Wave would put Goth in berry range, and so I'd figured I would have been set with Goth Snorlax as the end game, but yeah, because I'm too bulky, I actually don't get put into the range. Which is unfortunate. He did double up onto the Koko, so had I gotten the double off, maybe I could have pulled something off. If I get the double there, actually maybe probably just win, but now I just lose. So yeah, regular Kangaskhan coming out. I mean... Obviously, I got a little bit unlucky with the burn onto Volcarona, but the odds aren't exactly that slim with Flame Body, so I can't really complain about that. And I could have just stayed in neutral form. and I kind of wish I did. Just like not Mega Evolve Kangaskhan, because I mean Volcarona is kind of defensive, but I don't know if it gets a good give Havoc after Fake Out because it's like kind of frail defensively. So yeah, Mega Evolving Kangaskhan turn 1, that was a slight mistake. Switching in to Gothitelle, that also, I probably should have just protected Tapu Koko. Although, actually, I guess because my opponent Tailwinded, like, switching in Goth there actually isn't too bad. But, yeah, I could have maybe switched Goth out into Snorlax the turn Tailwind went up. Because then I could set up Trick Room a lot easier, because I wouldn't take the Heat Wave and the Double Edge, and then Cortana plus Snorlax can't knock out my Goth, so I could set up Trick Room. So I think I probably should have switched out into Cortana. It was really close. So I think I was literally just a couple of hit points away from my berry activating. If my berry activates there, then I also just win the game. But yeah, that goes to show you can bring both Kangaskhan and Charizard and really win the game. I'm trying to think what else I could have done better. Like, I knew the matchup was pretty bad as was, so I think obviously the last play I could really point out to was when my opponent doubled up into Snorlax. I could have just Thunderbolted there with Tapu Koko, and recycled. If I Thunderbolt recycle there, I win the game. But that's a pretty tough read to make, because obviously my opponent just doubles into Koko with attacks, I lose. But maybe I needed to make that call, because I was already kind of behind. But we're going to go up against a pretty hard Trick Room team for the next game. Mimikyu, Snorlax, Staraptor, Camerupt, Tapu Bulu, and the Musharna. So, yeah, Musharna, Camerupt definitely making a reappearance here. The Staraptor obviously goes for that really fast, you just try to knock yourself out instantly. But interesting enough, because I do have my own Trick Room Pokemon, and my own Trick Room setup, I could potentially use that to my advantage. So, what do I want to lead with? The other question I have to ask is what Trick Room user or setup does my opponent go with? I think I should lead Kangaskhan, though. Definitely. I like Kang as a lead. Azumarill's pretty tempting here. I mean, Aqua Jet should just snipe the Camerupt down. Camerupt can't really do too much in return. I could go with, like, Kang Snorlax, though, just as a lead, because it puts on pressure if my opponent sets up Belly Drum. Or, sorry, if my opponent tries to set up Trick Room. I could also go, like, Kang Koko. Trap the Staraptor. You'd assume my opponent's going to bring in that Staraptor. But Kang Snorlax, honestly, is kind of tempting. Kang Snorlax, Azumarill, Mungus. I don't really need to trap in with Goth, I think. And Koko, it's okay for the Gigavolt, but it doesn't do that much damage, especially when my opponent has a Bulu as well. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that last game. My Cortana matchup is just really flimsy, so I needed to play properly around Tapu Koko, which is why I switched it out. The Tailwind was a nice play on Charizard's end, definitely. And yeah, ultimately, Goth, like, I didn't know whether... I thought it would be able to survive the Heat Wave Double Edge turn. It came really close, but it didn't proc my berry ultimately, which obviously worked against my favor. I think if I get Trick Room up there, I probably just win the game, because I knock out Charizard, I get a free switch in, and I can just go from there. But it's going to be Mimilax from my opponent. Okay. Alright, so we got a lot of mind games instantly. I am Min-Speed Snorlax, but I assume my opponent is also Min-Speed Snorlax. I have Scrappy Fake Out, which I could go for. Gotta wonder where the Z move is. It's very, like, you totally could have a Z move on Mimikyu, the Bulu, or even the Musharna. Like, I could just Fake Out Snorlax and Belly Drum. Yeah, I like that. What if Mimikyu goes for the Z move? Then it literally would just come down to a speed tie the next turn. But I think I'm gonna go for it, yeah. Because I would get my drum up before my opponent. So let's see if Mimikyu goes for, like, the Ghost DMZ Destiny Bond, which turns into a Follow Me. Because if so, Fake Out won't get redirected. We'll probably both set up Belly Drum, and then it's literally just going to maybe come down to a speed tie next turn. But there's no redirection for Mimikyu, which is nice. Okay, cool. So I get a Fake Out off, deny Snorlax of setting up a Belly Drum, and it looks like Mimikyu's Trick Rooming, which is perfect. And my Snorlax went first, which indicates we do speed tie. Nothing too crazy about that one. The only issue is that this Mimikyu could have a Psych Up. In fact, I kind of expect it to. So it could psych me up this next turn, but I think I can just Ice Punch Mimikyu to break the disguise, I also have a pretty good chance of freezing there, and return to knock out Snorlax. Of course, the one issue is that Snorlax could have Protect here, but I can't really do much to stop it. I think I have to just return that slot. And if it does have Protect, I could be in some trouble. Are you serious? No way. Choice band Lax with self-destruct. That is gnarly. That is so gnarly. Who do I bring in here then? I'm leaning towards Amoonguss. I should, but with the Zoomer I could Aqua Jet and High Horsepower to knock out the Mimikyu despite it setting up. And if Camera Up comes in, Azumarill can also just Aqua Jet pressure that slot. Wow. Self-destruct. It is Camera Up coming in. Okay, I don't know if Aqua Jet knocks it out though. I also don't know, like, if this is min speed Mega Camera Up. I actually do want to double check the speed of that, because I don't remember. But, self-destruct, that's really cool, because every time you see Mimilax, you're going to expect pretty much the Belly Drum variant, obviously. Yeah, had Mimikyu attack Snorlax, I actually think it would have been worse here. Mega Camera Up's really slow. If it is min speed, I think I'm screwed. I think I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet onto it. And I don't know if that knocks out. I wouldn't think so. But Aqua Jet and a Recycle. Because Snorlax could still put in work. Oh, he actually swaps out. Okay. Into Bulu? Okay. Well, it means Snorlax will probably see another turn. I could still win this game with Azumarill and Amoonguss. Although, of course, now I wish I doubled up into Mimikyu. But I guess Aqua Jet should get the knockout, right? I mean, Mega Camera Up's bulky, but it's not really even that bulky, actually. Let's see what Mimikyu goes for. Just to play rough. Does that knock me out? It does not knock me out. Okay. So it doesn't knock me out. You could double up into Mimikyu now with an Aqua Jet and a High Horsepower. I think that would still knock out. Bulu would get an attack off though. Alternatively, I could Aqua Jet Mimikyu. Let me see how many turns of Trick Room are left. I think there are 2, right? I think it's probably better to just go for the Aqua Jet. Actually, knockoff is better onto Mimikyu. And return the Bulu. Because then I get a free switch into Amoonguss, to which I could Sludge Bomb Bulu, even if Bulu protects. And it does protect, but that's fine. Because I'll trade Snorlax here. I mean, obviously it would have been nicer if I doubled up into Mimikyu, but that's still fine. Oh, wow. Azumarill's faster. Actually, that's not too surprising. Mimikyu's base 95, or 90. One of the two. And it's Goggles! Oh, and he reverses Trick Room. That is a really interesting play. A good one, though, I think. Yeah, maybe I should have doubled up into Mimikyu then. You should just Grass-type attack Azumarill. Maybe play rough Snorlax. So I could protect Azumarill and switch into Amoonguss. Yeah, I think I gotta switch into Amoonguss right now. Because then Amoonguss puts on Sludge Bomb pressure. I could Spore the Mimikyu because I've knocked it off now. Let's see. I should have probably been more aggressive with my double ups though. And there's a play rough coming out, yep. That still does a good amount of damage. That's a crit, okay. And a Horn Leech onto Azumarill, yeah. So now it's like a question of whether my opponent expects a Sludge Bomb or not, because what I could do is just switch Azumarill into Snorlax and Sludge Bomb Bulu. So it's kind of an obvious play, but I'm going to go for it, because if I get this off, then I think I still win the game with Azumarill Amoonguss. My opponent would need to protect Bulu and then target Azumarill down with the play rough. It's not the craziest play there. But then even so I could bring in Azumarill, so then you're forced to switch Bulu out into Camera Up if Bulu protects. So basically I get 2 opportunities to Sludge Bomb here. So we'll see. Camera Up isn't switching in. Yeah, I mean there's little reason to. Does Bulu protect? It does. Okay. So now we're just in the same position as we are. Wow. Mimi Swords Dances again. That is aggressive. Okay. So So now you gotta be worried about Sludge Bomb, right? So do you switch Bulu out? Do you switch Bulu out? I could have spored Mimikyu there. I've been playing really bad today. Okay, if you switch Bulu out, then Amoonguss should be faster. So I think I should still Sludge Bomb Bulu. And I'll just go for a Recycle. Let's see if it switches out. Alright, just Shadow Claws. I don't think that knocks me out even at +4. Yeah, perfect. Puts me in berry range. Because then what this means is Sludge Bomb should knock out the Bulu. As we see a Wood Hammer, yep. Into Lax. Sludge Bomb knocks out Bulu. I bring in a Azumarill. I Rage Powder and Belly Drum, and then I Aqua Jet to win the game. Ooh, it'll be kind of close, I guess. Because Camera Up could get an Earth Power off. And that's the last turn of Grassy turn, I believe. Yes. Although, actually, I don't even think a Shadow Claw knocks me out. So alternatively, actually, what I could do here is Aqua Jet and Spore. I could Aqua Jet the Camera Up and Spore the Mimikyu. Like, I'm leaning towards Rage Powder Belly Drum, because that's like the safest play, because it covers Camera Up protecting. If Camera Up protected and I did that, I would win the game, but I think Camera Up should attack here. I just still don't know whether I knock out with an Aqua Jet or not. I want to say yes. But my opponent could also target down the Azumarill with the Shadow Claw. So I could Aqua Jet Camera Up then Rage Powder, but then I would lose if Camera Up protects. Okay, I'm gonna Belly Drum and Rage Powder. Because I survive a Shadow Claw with the Amoonguss, Camera Up Heat Waves, and Camera Up protects. So I think I win the game. Let's see. Because Mimikyu doesn't have goggles anymore, so it can't ignore this. It just Swords Dances again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I Belly Drummed here. So now I can just Rage Powder again and Aqua Jet. We've seen Shadow Claw. We saw Play Rough earlier, right? It's gotta have Trick Room. Shadow Claw, Play Rough, Trick Room, and Swords Dance. So I should be able to just Aqua Jet the Mimikyu. I just want to confirm we did see Play Rough. Yeah, target down Snorlax, Play Rough, and it's gotta have Trick Room too. And I'll just Spore the Camera Up. Okay, that's fine. I think I have this one. I also have 29 seconds, so I have to be careful about that, but I feel okay. Let's see. Okay, just goes for double, doesn't get it, and yeah, I just get the +6 Aqua Jet off. Nice. Okay. Oof, I was looking a little bit silly for a while there, but I thought Azumarill, I had enough in the endgame with Azumarill Amoonguss. I could have Rage Powder there, but I figured this is min speed Camera Up. So Amoonguss should outspeed it, get the Spore off. Instead of, like, I could have Rage Powdered, I guess, in case it was faster, because he could have crit me with Earth Power. And I guess that's actually probably more optimal in the end of the day. But yeah, that Protect really ended up saving me, fortunately, which is why I ended up going for the play that I did. So I just Rage Powder. I mean, I don't even need a Rage Powder here, but Aqua Jet will finish up the deal. Whew! Well, that was pretty intense. I'm not really happy at all about how I played today, though. I think my play has been pretty poor. In this last game, I mean, that was crazy. Fortunately, my Snorlax was able to hang on. I think if my opponent honestly just Play Roughed my Snorlax, if you Play Rough my Snorlax, I do get a 2 free switch-ins into Azumarill and Amoonguss, so I could potentially Belly Drum. So actually, yeah, maybe that was okay. But that's, like, just having the double Belly Drum threat. Like, I got Belly Drum off with both of my Pokemon this game. Like, that was just too overwhelming for my opponent to deal with. So, yeah. I'm going to play a third game here, just because I did miss out on a bunch of uploads while I was gone. So, make it up to you guys, give you guys some more content. And we're going to find Nick from the UK with a rating of 1640 for our third opponent of the day. Rocking another pretty scary team, another Mimikyu. But Mimikyu, Porygon, Gardevoir, Marowak, Lilligant, and Torkoal. So, Lilligant and Torkoal makes a reappearance, but I do have King Azumarill. Huh, this is going to be an interesting matchup. A very interesting one. I could lead with, like, I was thinking Kang Coco, but the Marowak makes that a lot harder. Kang Azumarill is kind of interesting. Kangamunga is also interesting. What do I want to do? I'm thinking, I mean, God to trap things in is also pretty cool. It's just, obviously, I gotta worry about the after you combination. Maybe, I think I definitely should still lead Kangaskhan. The question is, who do I pair next to it? Kangaskhan honestly doesn't seem too bad. I mean, I'd get the fake out off. Torkoal would get an attack off. Maybe not Kangaskhan. Maybe Kang Coco still. Kang Coco, Marowak. I'm just thinking my opponent leads Logan Torkoal here. Kang, Coco, Snorlax, Goth. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of bringing Amoonguss into a matchup with 2 Fire-type Pokemon in the Marowak and the Torkoal. That just doesn't look too great. So with Kang Coco, I have obviously offensive pressure, but I mean my opponent could just double protect turn 1. But I do get the electric terrain, so I block any sleep powders from the Lilligant. But it's gonna be Mimikyu Marowak. Okay, not what I anticipated at all, but okay. I think what I'm definitely gonna do here is fake out the Marowak and switch my Coco out into Snorlax immediately turn 1. And of course I can fake out Marowak because I do have the Scrappy ability. Yeah, and so if my opponent Trick Rooms, then that actually helps me. So fake out Marowak, switch out into Snorlax. Just want to prevent Marowak from getting any damage off this turn. So yeah, leading Coco here, not the best look. If I had a Zoomer, actually, it would have been amazing. Because I could just fake out either of the two. I'd probably fake out Mimikyu, actually, and just Belly Drum. And then I could go for, a double-edge knockoff into Mimikyu to deny Trick Room, and just go from there. But, obviously, leading Kang Azumarill is kind of sketchy against the Logan Torkoal lead. Because Logan just puts on... I mean, I was thinking about it, honestly, but it's I don't know if, I was thinking if Fake Out plus Aqua Jet at +6 in Sun knocks out Lilligant, then maybe, but I wasn't sure about that calc at all. It's Mimikyu protecting, okay, that's great. As Marowak doesn't protect, okay, even better for me. And I will get the Fake Out off, okay. So this is interesting now. What do you do if you're my opponent? I kind of want to conserve Kang if possible. You gotta be worried about Snorlax. I could stay in regular form and double edge the Marowak. I would like to knock out Marowak because if I do, that paves the way for my Coco to just use its electric type attacks. So I think I'm actually going to make a play where I don't Mega Evolve and just double edge and high horsepower the Marowak. Yeah. If it protects, I mean Mimikyu sets up Trick Room at worst, but yeah, no protects or switch outs, okay. And regular double edge actually still does a ton of damage there. As Mimikyu reveals the curse. Whoa, okay. And that's a ghost-type curse, which we don't see too often. A Flare Blitz is going to come out. Let's see who that targets. I'd actually be fine losing Kangaskhan here, because Marowak should faint from all that recoil, which means I could break the substitute here. It just hangs on with the Sliver. Not the substitute, sorry. The Disguise. Because if I knock out the Disguise, then all I have to do is just bring in Tapu Koko. But Curse, definitely very interesting. That's the first time I've seen a Ghost type use Curse in a very long time. Okay. I think it's probably better to just bring out Koko. Just because my opponent hasn't set up Trick Room, so I have the speed advantage. Mimikyu shouldn't be able to... yeah, obviously Curse is a big deal. You see how much damage it does, but with the Berry, I'm not, as concerned about it. That is definitely a pretty cool tech to see, though. It's not every day you see regular Curse on a Ghost type. And it's going to be Gardevoir coming in. Okay. Oh, how fast is this Gardevoir? Traces Gluttony. Should be Mega Gardevoir. It's the only possible Mega. So what I want to do is protect Return. So then it's in KO range next turn from a Gigavolt. I think that's what I'm going to go for. And then I think the following turn I'm going to switch Snorlax out into my Gothitelle. So then I could bring Snorlax back in to Heal Pulse. We'll see if this works out. I do need Gardevoir to attack this turn though. Yeah, it's a shame that Double Edge plus Flare Blitz. I thought the Flare Blitz would be enough to knock out, because then Mimikyu's Disguise would be broken, so then I would probably just Gigavolt that slot. As Mimikyu protects, once again, that's great for me. So we've only seen Protect, Curse, probably Trick Room. Gardevoir just Hyper Voices, that's fine. Yeah, so obviously, like, the Curse on Snorlax, that's really cool, because it, like, obviously puts it on a slight timer, but, yeah, the Hyper Voice just heals me all the way back up with my Berry. I'm going to definitely switch Snorlax out this next turn as I get the return off against Gardevoir. That should do around 40 to 50% or so. Yeah, right around the money. And the Curse ticks down. But that's fine. In fact, I don't even need to necessarily switch out. I could just stay in here. But I think it's probably better to Gigavolt and swap out. Yeah. Just get rid of the Curse. And then also Trap. At this point, trapping doesn't actually really mean too much. But, yeah. Like, this Mimikyu has only revealed Curse and Protect, and presumably has Trick Room, so it shouldn't actually have too much means of offense. It depends if it's Play Rough or Shadow Claw, because if it's Shadow Claw, then you can't touch my Snorlax, and there's no Protects or Switches here, so I should just get the clean knockout onto the Gardevoir, which is good. Although this now is interesting if my opponent's last Pokemon is that Torkoal, because you could potentially set up a Trick Room here. So, we'll have to see. Yeah. I think this is still probably the more optimal play, more or less, just because Gardevoir's Hyper Voice does so much damage, and Mimikyu's not really a big offensive threat to me right now. So Gardevoir will go down. Let's see if Trick Room goes up. No, Mimikyu just curses again. Wow, okay. I mean, that's a lot of damage. It's, once again, it's half of its HP. Does it have a berry? Nope, doesn't look like it either. So, now I could definitely deny Trick Room by just going for, like, a Dazzling Gleam and a Psyshock. Let's see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. If it's Porygon 2, and it is Porygon 2, I was going to say, my opponent is pretty much screwed here, I think. Because I don't see how a Porygon 2 and a Mimikyu will beat my team at this rate. If I'm my opponent, I would actually protect Mimikyu here. So I'm going to switch out into Snorlax and go for a Heal Pulse onto the Koko. Because by switching out, I'm just getting rid of the curses. So, yeah, I'm shocked my opponent didn't bring Logan or Torkoal, because I really thought those were, like, the best Pokemon in this matchup. But I guess staring down a Azumarill, staring down all these, like, bulky Pokemon could be pretty scary. We actually finally see a Z move. It is going to be Ghost EMZ. Ooh, I wonder if that targets down my... Oh, what? Z Curse, and it heals all the way back up. Fascinating. Okay. I mean, sure. I don't, like, see how that really helps too much. And it's Tri-Attack. Okay, yeah. I was wondering if it was, like, physical. I get burned, though. That actually could be a problem dealing with this Porygon. That's really obnoxious. As the electricity disappears. Okay. So this game is going to be a little bit more long drawn out. You know, Psyshock. Actually, I'm going to recycle here with Snorlax. And Psyshock the Mimikyu. Basically, I'll win with God's Tail Snorlax because I'll just keep, like, I can just Belly Drum up and Heal Pulse away. And I'll win 2v1 against Porygon. But that burn just makes my life a lot harder because without the burn, Belly Drum would just pretty much end the game instantly. Now I have to play it out a little bit longer. So, gonna be slightly longer of an episode for you guys. I still feel good about my positioning. Mimikyu could opt for another curse. I just really wasn't the Z curse. Like, that's really interesting. It does protect, but that's fine. I'm just gonna get a recycle off this turn. And got this faster than Porygon, which is good to confirm as well. It's just gonna launch a Tri-Attack. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's actually gonna put me in berry range after the curse. Maybe I want to switch Goth out now here, though. I don't know. Do get my berry up, though, which is good. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to switch Goth out this next turn. Just because the curse damage is really ticking down. So I'm going to high horsepower to break this disguise and switch into Koko. Yeah, without the burn, I don't switch out, I think, here. But with the burn, I'm kind of concerned about my endgame, so I want to conserve both Goth and Snorlax. It's kind of a wild game. But Koko will come back out. Mimikyu does reveal it has Shadow Claw, so okay, it does have that. And here's a Tri-Attack. Does that knock me out? Let's see. It does, okay. This could honestly be kind of scary. High horsepower comes out. Break the disguise. Maybe time to actually Trick Room. Actually, Shadow Claw plus Tri-Attack maybe knocks me out. Perhaps it was better to just sack Goth there and then get a free switch into Coco. I'm not sure it was a good idea sacking Coco there. I'm also not sure if Shadow Claw plus that would knock me out. I think I will I'm gonna Belly Drum and Trick Room here, I think. Yeah, I guess I have to play the Snorlax versus Porygon endgame, which is not what I wanted. Oh, Mimikyu protects! That's so good! Why would you protect there? Okay. I think that just wins me the game. Yeah, I'm not even sure Shadow Claw would have knocked me out in that range, but now I get the Belly Drum off. I can Heal Pulse and just High Horsepower into the Mimikyu slime. Because it protected, it has to go for a double or hope for a miss. Okay, that's nice. It's just going to be Burn Snorlax against Porygon in the end game. Yeah, like I said, if it weren't Burn, I'd feel like this game would be over. But alas, I am. So now I'm going to High Horsepower into Mimikyu and Heal Pulse Snorlax. And the thing is, Tri-Attack won't knock me out in this range. So let's see if my opponent goes for the double. Doesn't go for it. I do connect with High Horsepower. I think that should still knock out Mimikyu, as it does. Perfect. Woof. Okay. So I get my Heal Pulse off. Porygon recovers, actually, as well. Yeah, I really feel like my opponent had no reason to protect Mimikyu the turn it did. I mean, obviously I was worried about getting knocked out by maybe a double up from Goth and Snorlax, but yeah, maybe my opponent was just like, oh, he's not Trick Rooming, so I'm just gonna go for it. But now it's just going to be Snorlax. Yeah, I mean, I obviously return, like, I have crit chances. I'm also doubling up with return and Psyshock. I could reverse Trick Room real soon. It's actually, maybe I should have, like, recycled here with Snorlax, but I mean, I'm willing to play out this game. As it just Tri-Attacks. Actually, because it Tri-Attacks, that just ends the game. Yeah, because he really needed to go for a recover there, I think. Yeah, because Psyshock does enough where it'll be in KO range. So, yeah, that was pretty scary just because I did take the burn. But the thing is, my opponent, like, would have to recover. You have to keep recovering. Got this faster, and so it's like, you're not going to be able to actually get any attacks off at any point if you keep recovering. And I've got both Goth and Snorlax around. But that was a really wacky game. Yeah, the Z curse, definitely something I've never seen before, but that was pretty cool. I mean, ultimately, I didn't mind that because my opponent was just chipping himself down consistently, but definitely a cool strategy to see. Like, I thought I was in a really safe position, and then it was able to heal all the way back up, and then the double up onto the Coco was really smart as well. So I had Shadow Claw, Curse, I don't think we saw Trick Room, but probably Trick Room, and then Protect. So, wow, that was a really crazy episode. Lots of Trick Room shenanigans today. First with the self-destruct Snorlax, and then in that last game with the Curse Mimikyu. My opponent actually never going for a Trick Room, but we do end up closing out 2-1. I'm still kind of upset about that first game because I feel like I played really poorly. But I guess it wasn't even like awful play. It was more just like the matchup wasn't very good to begin with, and I should have thought a little bit harder about what Pokemon to conserve. I didn't have great switch-ins into Charizard plus Kangaskhan either, and regular Kangaskhan definitely put in work. So, yeah, it's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 3 games. As always, if you enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Alright, peace.